So without any further ado, I have my partner, my media partner, my business partner, and a personal friend of mine, Travis Lizotte, who wrote a couple of articles today, short articles on what has happened. So, Travis, welcome to the show, my man, my partner, my friend for the last 6 years, bro.
Yeah, good to see you, man. Happy to be here. Happy that the news is starting to pick up because this is what we've been looking for over a year now, and it looks like it's nonstop today. We saw that Will Knight's out of his fight this weekend, and we saw Fabio Cherant pick up that spot for him at UFC 260. Huge story there. Two New England guys, one falling out due to COVID protocol with William Knight. And then Fabio jumping in after winning the LFA light heavyweight championship against Myron Dennis and taking the spot of Will Knight, making his UFC debut against, Alonzo Menafield. Heavy-handed dude. Earned his ticket to the UFC through through the Dana White's Contender Series. Proved to be a pretty tough opponent for anyone. Fabio stepping up. And like we posted earlier today, when that UFC phone call comes in, that's not the one that you want to reject. That's the one you want to pick up every time. And Fabio's been asking for it. He asked for it after he won that belt. He said he wanted to be in the UFC, and here he goes. He gets that opportunity against a guy who has extreme power, extreme talent, and I think it's going to be a great show as to how far Fabio has come in the past couple fights here. Going from prospect to a star, this could be his launching point. It's awesome.
Excellent. And I would imagine he's right in tip-top shape coming off that LFA championship fight, a 5-round fight, and he looked like, he looked great up until the end of that fight where he took that belt. And like you said, I mean, that's a big belt to have, and for him to take this on 3 or 4 days notice, that's something to say about this kid, and that goes a long way with the UFC, and especially New England taking the place of Will Knight, another huge 205er in our New England community, man. So as far as the matchup here, what is the difference here? We know what William brings. It's pure strength and athleticism, a great control game on the ground. He's legit on his feet. He's got some good kicks, got some Muay Thai background on him, but we know what Will is. He's got gas for days, and his will just overtakes fights no matter what. So what's the difference in the matchup and this fight here for both these guys?
Well, Fabio showed in the Dennis fight for the LFA title that he wants to be a striker, even though he started out his career mainly as a grappler, snatching necks for Cage Titans and CES. But the thing is, he's done a lot of work with his boxing, and his boxing really got him the win against Myron Dennis, who was a former kickboxing champion, and he really outpointed him on the feet. So this is where it would differ. Is Will Knight's much more going to punch his way in, close the distance, put somebody up against the fence, drag him into deep water, and just take the life out of him. Where Cherant used to do that type of deal, but now with the striking prowess he's shown in the last couple fights, he's a guy who could hang with Menafield on the feet a little bit. So I think this fight is I don't know. It's hard to be any more explosive than Will Knight. That's for sure. It's good to see that Will has actually already rescheduled this fight. Not this particular matchup, but he will be fighting April 10th. So it's good to see that it's coming back around for Will Knight. But this is a quality matchup. This is a tough guy to make your UFC debut against, Menafield. I believe he's 9-1, 9-2, something along those lines. Either way, tough dude, heavy hands. If Fabio wants to stand and trade with him, he'll probably stand and trade. Fabio probably would have to go back to his grappling really to find his real advantage in this fight. But I think Fabio has shown that he's rounded out his game and can handle himself against just about anyone.
Excellent, my man. Well, this is what is something like this, a late notice, entail for Fabio? Is this a 3-fight contract automatically? Is it a 1-fight contract? What do you think is up here for him to come here? Is this kind of a trial run, and if he does well here, that's when he gets something else? What happens here as far as late notice and him jumping in there?
I mean, it's always going to be a feather in your cap to answer that phone call for the UFC. He's been on the Contender Series before. So I'm just answering this call puts him in the good graces of the UFC. The UFC knows that Alonzo is a tough opponent. They know he's going in a tough spot here. So, I mean, you can't. I mean, he's got to go out and perform, which he's very capable of doing. And I don't know. There's not a whole lot of downside that comes to this. Fabio's a young fighter. To get the experience, to put him on a UFC card early in his career like this, it can't really hurt. He's going to go out there and test himself either way. If win or lose, we learn a lot about him in this fight. I really don't think you can go wrong. It's just the opportunity he's been looking for, and short notice or not, if he's ready to go, he knows better than anyone else.